is Charlene Seward. I come from the Squamish Nation and the Sinaimok Nation, and I work as the Director of Program Development at Reconciliation Canada. My favorite memory from my time at Langara was spending time in the Indigenous Lounge, getting to know the people in there, making new friends. Even just being there with the other students, and we would get help with our homework from each other, just making those connections. I think I made lifelong friends there.
She was working her way through school while managing parenthood and making parenthood a good thing rather than a hindrance. So while the other students had very little to worry about, she could look at a text we were studying and bring a unique perspective to it and a maturity that really benefited her, I think.
My current role at Reconciliation Canada is Director of Program Development, and I do a little bit of everything. I facilitate our workshops, I do the logistics. I spend a lot of time on the road hosting reconciliation dialogue workshops, speaking at events, and doing lunch and learns. The mission for Reconciliation Canada is to create better relationships between Indigenous people and all Canadians. At the organization, we understand, first and foremost, that regardless of what the government's putting in place, we as Canadians need to learn how to speak with each other. The Walk for Reconciliation happened in September of 2017, and it was incredible. We had 50,000 people come out to walk with us in honor of intergenerational survivors and in honor of residential school survivors. And an additional 20,000 joined us at the Reconciliation Expo after, and it was this beautiful full-day event. We had people come out from across the country. Being a part of the project was life-changing. I feel like I learned so much, and I had to grow so much as a person.
How she motivates and inspires others, I think, is in her ability to make reconciliation accessible and meaningful for a variety of people. And I think in the context that we were working, it was often with this posture of inviting as many diverse voices and perspectives to the table as we could, and to engage in this conversation of how reconciliation becomes meaningful. Char does that so well because she's able to engage people and then draw a connection.
In November of last year, I started a nonprofit organization called Raven House Society, and we're dedicated to increasing food security in Indigenous communities. The most recent survey on Indigenous food security showed us that about 30% of Indigenous people across the country don't have access to food on a regular basis. As someone with that lived experience, as a university student and a single mother, I did rely on food banks and on the single mothers programs. I understand how hard it is to not know where your next meal is coming from. We can't move forward until we have a shared understanding of what created this country that we live in. And then to move forward, to not linger in the guilt or the pain, but to move into action. Look at how you can create reconciliation within your own community, within your own family. My goal, my mission is to help create a better future for the next generations.